Hey y'all, today I wanted to talk about some different LGBTQ YouTubers who helped inspire me when I was in the closet and helped me to have hope and cast a vision for what my future could be when all the traditional scripts were falling apart. Scripts about moving back home after college and marrying a girl to settle down with and going to the family church. All those scripts were falling apart, and I didn't know what my future was going to look like, which was really, really scary. All I had to rely on were, I know I'm attracted to men, I know people around here don't like that, and a few negative stereotypes. Ironically, people will probably be more likely to find those YouTubers I'm talking about than to find this video trying to get that information to people, but I feel so compelled to talk about it because it was such a big part of my life for a couple of years, and really even now, and because, maybe this video will get big enough that it's able to help some people. And if it helps some people, that's good enough for me. First, I want to hit on 4 gay YouTube couples who totally changed my perception of what it means to be gay and what gay people are like and what that lifestyle consists of, which is a really pretty normal life with all the normal ups and downs, and not just like running around in a jockstrap in LA, which is an option if you want it to be. The first couple I wanted to talk about was Zach and Alistair Patton Garcia of the YouTube channel Adventures of Zach and B. This is one of the first channels I actually started following on YouTube, and it totally shifted my perception of gay men as flamboyant, self-centered, over-the-top individuals, and started helping me to see that you can be from a middle-class, military, rural, masculine background and be a gay man and get married to another masculine gay man, which I needed to hear at that point in my life. And by the way, being feminine is totally fine, and as I've matured, I've accepted the femininity within myself, and I see the balance of masculinity and femininity as a beautiful aspect of all human beings and this strange experience of life. But at the time, I just needed to see masculine gay men being masculine. And what keeps me so interested in this channel is this really beautiful artistic thing that Zach has done, where he's basically told his life story as art, using poetic imagery and words in music. The second gay couple is Taylor Phillips and his husband Jeff O'Donnell. Taylor Phillips' coming out video was what got me into his channel, and it was like reading my life story, like being from the South, losing friends over it, coming out to your parents and it's better than you thought, and being really apprehensive about gay culture, but then you actually find beauty in all of it. So that was super helpful for me at the time to just feel so heard, but then also he's come to embody like the charming, attractive New Yorker that I've aspired to be, and especially at that time because I had plans to go to art school in New York. Before I get to the third couple, I wanted to lead in by saying, when you grew up like me and it was just really religious and really conservative, you never actually got to see a gay couple just like leading their lives and being a role model to you. So to you, it's like, for me, it was like, okay, either you're wearing a jockstrap at a leather parade in LA, or you're some sex fiend on Grindr, or it's just porn. And nobody's happy, and they're all miserable and lonely, and you'll never really be happy if you're gay. Which some of those things may be more true than I want to let on. But the one that's not true is that you'll never be happy if you're gay, which I got to see in the YouTube channel Husband and Husband with Jonathan and Erin Ferrara. And they model this beautiful, intimate, genuine friendship between them that goes so much deeper than just a sexual thing. It showed me this is what it might look like if you were to be authentically yourself in a relationship, and to treasure each dorky, mundane experience as a profoundly beautiful gift that you get to experience with your best friend in the whole wide world. And that got me. Oh my gosh, I could cry just thinking about it. The fourth couple I wanted to talk about was PJ and Thomas McKay, and they raise foster kids and stuff. And I'm sort of have been interested in being a father at some point in the future. And I mean, you only hear growing up oh, you need a mom and a dad. There's no way same-sex parents could possibly raise a kid and that kid be okay. But then seeing PJ and Thomas raising kids was super encouraging to me. And I could add Matt and Blue as another same-sex couple who's raising, I think, 2 sons. And it's beautiful, and it helped me to see, I'm not crazy to think that I could raise kids. It's totally possible. I just grew up in a bigoted society. So those are 5 couples who inspired me and helped me cast a vision for my life, which is super important to be able to cast a vision for your life, because otherwise you're super depressed all the fucking time. So I'm gonna move on to a few LGBTQ YouTubers who helped me in other areas of life, be it working on my emotional world or learning about sex and LGBTQ history, or just learning to like not take myself so seriously. The first one is Matthew Dempsey, who's a psychotherapist whose topical videos were like an introduction to the gay world and helped me kind of get my footing. So like gay men and bottom shaming video, or a life in depression video, or 5 ways to be a happy homo video, all very helpful. ContraPoints is, I suspect, the most famous person on this list, and she helped me to understand a lot of the right-wing ideology I'd grown up with and helped me to understand the experience of being trans a little bit more. And she did it all with beautiful pageantry and beautiful cinematography. Rowan Ellis is a YouTuber who puts out content about like queer history and queer cinema, and it was super awesome to be like, oh, this is like the history of people like me. Bradley Burkholz is a bisexual YouTuber, and I really like his topical videos on things like shame and polygamy and intercurrent sex and things that need to be talked about more in the queer community and in general. And I also like how his channel, similar to Zach and B, is like life as art, in that you can kind of see the narrative of his life by starting at the bottom and then scrolling up to where he is now. It's very interesting. I wanted to mention 3 queer entertainers who helped me to accept myself more by identifying with the comedy and being able to just laugh and enjoy it instead of seeing it as all doomy and gloomy and religious hell stuff. One is Brian Jordan Alvarez, and first of all, his whole comedy is totally up my Gen Z, like, absurdist humor lane, but then also his series, The Gay and Wondrous Life of Caleb Gallo, helped me to, like, destigmatize in my own brain the idea that gay men in LA are just like inherently disgusting and bad, and instead it helped me to just find an appreciation and joy in their lives. The second person is Chris Fleming, and his humor in general, but specifically his Gale series, first of all had me laughing my ass off, and then second of all helped me to destigmatize the idea that queerness is evil and gross, and helped me to see it as relatable and funny and something to be appreciated. The third person is Benito Skinner, and his humor and embrace of like camp and cross-dressing and all these sorts of things came to me at the time that I was over my little mess for mask phase and was ready to just like embrace all that. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could dress like that for Halloween, you bet your ass I would. That'd be so much fun. I should be a drag queen, which I probably shouldn't be a drag queen, but you know what I mean. Like, it helped me to like I was destigmatized the idea that that's disgusting, and I was able to just like enjoy it, like I guess a lot of gay men do apparently. And I could go on about Pano T and Nick Lehman and the I'm from Driftwood story archives and the world of gay TikTok and all the coming out videos and all the other great queer artists that are out there making beautiful content. And oh, I have to do this thing where I say, oh, and if you can think of somebody else, please comment below people you would have included in this list, like freaking Mojo. Anyway, but I have to stop somewhere, and so I will. But seriously, if you do think of somebody that I should have added, please comment below, because it can only serve to benefit people, right? To wrap everything up about finding hope and casting a vision for your life, everyone's life is going to look different, but the great lives are the ones that are lived passionately and authentically and that radiate beauty and joy and love. It's your responsibility to fight every day to find your purpose and to live the truth of who you are. Anyway, if this resonated with you, like and subscribe. And if it didn't, that's okay too. Blessings to one and all. Amen.